Welcome to the Silence is Golden podcast, episode 4. How's it going, Daniel?
It's going great. How's it going?
Pretty good. We haven't done this in, I think, a week. I think we took like a week break. I haven't been feeling good lately. You guys know that. A lot of people watch my channel. But we're here to do it, and we're going to cover some stuff I wanted to cover last week. First, I guess we'll get into the whole thing of The Walking Dead. They had the basically the mid-season finale. It wasn't really all what I expected. I did call the one thing that one chick's gonna die. What's that girl? What's the one that died? There was only one person that died too. That was what was crazy.
Yeah, Deanna.
Yeah, I called her being dead, but everybody else, I thought that something was going to happen to. It didn't really happen. Nothing happened with Carl, like a lot of people were predicting.
Right.
What did you think of the mid-season finale?
I thought it was boring. It just, it had some good moments. I mean, the action in the beginning when the tower fell down and Rick running around, that was all good. But then it just kind of, we've been waiting like probably 7 episodes for, a big showdown, and they've been teasing the walkers in front of Alexandria. And then when the tower falls down, it's kind of like there's no act. There's only like they run to the house and they're in the house the whole time. Eugene and them are holed up in the garage. It's just no action. Like there's no like they're gonna make us wait 2.5 months just to show us what should have been the season finale.
And that's what it is. That's usually this shit. I hate it.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were gonna. I'm with you, man. I was disappointed. I thought they focused way too much on the whole thing with the one, the woman got bit, big deal, and they focused way too much. Her name's Deanna, right?
Right.
Okay, they focused way too much on Deanna, and then the whole thing with Carl and that one kid that went nowhere. That went. I don't know what the hell that was, unless that's going to lead on to next season or next part of the season.
Right.
The wolf downstairs, he got loose, like we didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Carol and Morgan got into it. What do you think about that? Did you like that or?
No, I didn't really like it. I felt like they could have made it more better, that scene, but it just wasn't interesting, but it could have been. It just wasn't.
Yeah, the best part of the whole episode was actually, if you caught the end of the episode, where Daryl and Abraham and Tasha run up on Negan's group. That was the best part, and it's a shame that was the best part of the episode, because usually their mid-season finales and finales are good.
Right.
I think they're building. A lot of people were expecting a lot from this. That's the thing. They're building up a lot of people's expectations with each season finale being really good, and then when we finally get a shitty one, I mean, they all can't be good. I understand that. This, for the most part of this, the first half of this season has been good.
Mm-hmm.
What's your over thoughts about the first part of the season, like all together so far?
It's been good. I think it's been really good than season 5 with the whole Terminus and cannibal things, where it only lasted like 3 episodes, the whole Terminus thing. But I don't know. This episode, the mid-season finale, and then the one with I forgot which one it was. It was a few episodes ago. There's like 2 bad episodes this whole like 8 episodes, 2 or 3. But other than that, I think it was really good. I didn't like the premiere as much, but I don't know. It's kind of forgettable actually. The 8 episodes right now. But
the best episode, in my opinion, I liked the most was the one with Morgan, the 90-minute episode. I liked that a lot.
That was really good.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna be the least of my favorite episodes this season, but it was actually a good one. I just don't like what they're doing with. I don't like where Morgan's character's going. I don't really care for it. I don't care for this whole oh well, I'm gonna make everybody, you know, I'm gonna I don't know what he's trying. He's trying to make everybody convert everybody over to his beliefs of you don't need to hurt people or something, or you know. And I don't think that's gonna work. That's gonna work in the land of the Walking Dead. You know, I don't think people are gonna follow that code.
Right.
Rick, this episode, he I don't know, he was all right, I guess. They had to do the one thing where they had to like put zombie guts on themselves to actually leave the house, and then they had the whole scene with Deanna, you know, basically having a standoff with the walkers and screaming at them.
Right.
Then you have that dumbass kid that is actually calling for his mom at the end of the episode, right in the middle of you know, when they're right near all these walkers.
Right.
What'd you think about that?
I don't. The ending just wasn't. I like the way they put the guts. Like it made like nostalgia for season 1. The whole Sam calling his mom thing. You know, her mom, Jesse. She's not even turning around. I mean, she can't really do much, or else he'll die. But she should like shake his hand or like, you know, I mean, like hold it like tight to tell him to shut up, type of thing. You know, the brother's not doing anything. I mean, they're basically dead. At least Jesse and them, for sure. I just didn't like it because, again, we waited like the whole 8 episodes and they ended like that. And then 2.5 months just to see people die right there and then.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, big wait for a disappointment. Like I said, though, all the mid-season finales and, you know, season finales can't be good. What do you think about the whole Negan's group? Do you like who is that guy the guy was talking to?
No, that guy's from the comic books, that guy there, but I don't think I don't know who that is. That's not Dwight or anything, obviously. But
okay. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like, because Tasha asked him, like, whose stuff is it? And then he says Negan. So, I mean, do you think they're gonna make us like? I really hope they're just kidding when they say Negan's gonna be, you know, the last episode of season 6. Just wait that long to see him.
Right.
You think huh?
Wait, are you saying we're gonna have to wait till the end of the season?
You think they're gonna make you wait, or they're gonna show him a little earlier?
No, they're gonna, because when they casted him, they were filming episode 16. That's why.
Oh, so that's gonna be cool in a way. It's gonna really suck because you're gonna finally see him. I'm sure something really cool is gonna happen. Then we're gonna have to wait all the way till next year.
Yeah, but
I heard Jesus. You're gonna show Jesus. This guy Jesus is gonna come, and he's a badass.
It should be soon, yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah, but the good thing is now we still got the wolf guy left, but other than that, we're now onto the saviors. So that means that's a good thing. So we're finally in Negan's group, even though we haven't seen Negan yet. That'll be a good thing.
So the whole wolf thing's just about over, you think? You think that's it of the wolves after what happened with this guy?
Yeah, because it seems like he's the only one left because Rick took them all out at the RV.
Oh, so that was all of the wolves like that? You think that was it? There was no more of them?
Yeah, he's the only one left.
Okay. Yeah. And try and think of anything else that happened this episode. Just basically the thing with Carl. A lot of people were predicting that Carl was going to lose his eye.
Right.
He didn't lose his eye. The kid actually caused the zombies to break through the the glass and come into the house. That would be pretty scary if you had to put zombie guts on yourself and walk through a herd of zombies.
Right. Yeah.
Then in the beginning of the episode, they had the whole thing with, the cookies, like Carol's cookie.
Yeah.
That was all right, I guess. Trying to think of anything else that was worth talking about.
Well, there's a rumor going around that the next episode is titled No Way Out. And that's the comic book issue where Carl gets his eye shot out, and they may be saving it for when it returns.
Okay.
So honestly, No Way Out. That's like when everything goes down. So that's why they should have done it here, but that's why it probably wasn't called No Way Out. So they're saving it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
What is it? What has that kid got against? Oh, is something playing? I don't think so. I thought maybe it's an echo or something. But what is the what's going on with this kid? Why is he not like Carl because of the girl?
Yeah, for Enid, yeah, I think he's just jealous of Carl.
He's jealous Carl's more like badass than him, and is like because he knows about the walkers and stuff, or like because that kid was having like a meltdown.
Well, also because his dad killed his dad, so he wants revenge.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, basically, guys, I'd love to talk more about The Walking Dead. Like, you know, I with this episode at least, but there wasn't really much that happened. If you had to grade this episode, what would you give it as a grade from a 1 to a 10 for a mid-season finale? I mean, come on.
A 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a little bit more generous. I'm gonna give him a 6. But I mean, I do agree with you. Like, I can see where you give it a 5. I didn't think it was terrible, but I just there was a couple times this season though. I think it was like 2 episodes, at least one I know for sure that I just couldn't stand. I was like watching it. I was like, wow. I think it was the one with the it was the one. I think it was the one right before this when the tower fell and hit the fence. That was the only thing that happened that whole episode, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 6. It's all right. I mean, it wasn't like it was watchable, but I don't. It just only one main character died.
Well, the other thing that sucks is that Glenn was outside the wall the whole time.
Oh yeah, Glenn, and then he's watching for Maggie. You know, Maggie's over there stuck on a podium.
Yeah, and he's just in the tree. Like, it took him a whole episode just to get to the gates.
So. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, next season, or next half of this season, what are you looking most forward to?
Just the Saviors, Negan's group, learning more about him. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna change the whole this whole show will go in a whole other direction.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different show. I mean, I don't know where with the Saviors. I think it's needed. I think they need new characters. It must be a really, you know, if you really think about it, it must be pretty damn expensive to you know, to have that size of a cast, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that must be an expensive payroll, but The Walking Dead does make the money.
Yeah.
I remember they shut Dallas down. Dallas was too expensive to cast all them people, you know.
Right.
It wasn't bringing enough money, you know, enough ratings to have all them people. That was that's the thing with shows with a big cast. If it's not getting the so that's The Walking Dead. You know, the mid-season finale discussion. Wish there was a lot more to talk about. I thought there was going to be a lot more to talk about with that, but after seeing it, I was like, you know. But we do talk about The Walking Dead, so I figured we'd talk about it. Next thing I want to talk about is the Batman vs Superman trailer. It was actually really cool. I heard of some people that didn't like it. Some people are saying that it revealed way too much. And there was 2 trailers. There's a mini one, and then there's a longer one. Because I first saw the teaser trailer, like it's a mini one, and I thought that was it. I was like, that sucks. Yeah. And then I saw the full trailer, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. The mini one.
Well, and Your
Was
things
it
cut
breaking
out.
up? Was it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you know, it's just like everything's staticky sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's good old Google Hangouts. Can you hear me now?
yeah, you're good.
What did you think of the first? I think it's like a 30-second trailer or something. The short one, the minute one or something. I think it was.
Hmm. Yeah, 50-second tease.
Yeah. What do you think of that one first?
I think it was beautiful. The cinematography, just the way that the camera's on Batman, and when Superman comes out, like every little scene was beautiful about it. Just the angles, and when it's going back when Superman he's in the dark and then he's to the light, all of it, man. I was just sad that they didn't show that in the. It's like you're watching an actual clip, and then they didn't show that in the trailer. It just kind of like cut it in half. But it was awesome. Made me excited.
Yeah, that trailer actually it was all right. I liked it in a way, but when I saw the second one, the long one,
Right.
I thought that was pretty cool. The first one it was all right. He unmasked Batman.
Right.
Then the one where they actually show Doomsday,
Yeah.
and then they show Wonder Woman, which looks really cool in my opinion. I think she's a perfect Wonder Woman. Now I don't know her acting. I don't know if she's a good actor. From that trailer, it looks really cool. Like she definitely fits the role of Wonder Woman.
Right. Yeah.
I actually I think Doomsday looks pretty cool. I think they did a good job on him. Some people for some reason wasn't happy with him. I don't know why. A lot of them going on about that. I think it's cool. A lot of people say that they revealed way too much in this trailer. And that's typical. That's right. How all movies are nowadays. They reveal a lot of the, I wish they would have saved Doomsday for the movie, but
right.
It is. What do you think of the trailer? What was some of the stuff? Did you like the whole thing with Superman, with Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne going back and forth with Lex? Now I didn't know that was Lex Luthor's son. Yeah, I thought that was Lex Luthor.
No, that is Lex Luthor.
Well, somebody told me it was Lex Luthor's son. I don't know why they said that.
He's just Lex Luthor. It ain't no son or anything.
Huh? Are you sure about that?
I don't. No one's ever said that he's a son. He's Lex Luthor, like the man himself.
No, somebody said it was Lex Luthor's son or something. I don't know why they said that. That's what I thought was weird because I thought it was just Lex Luthor.
Yeah, it's Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Not like Lex Luthor Jr. or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what did you think of that whole thing with them going back and forth with Lex Luthor, not his son?
I enjoy. I think it was a great way to open the trailer. You got introduced to Bruce Wayne instead of, he's at a party or a gala or whatever you want to call it, a ballroom. And Clark Kent, I think he's kind of playing the dumb type of like, who's that? But he talks about Batman and everything, so he kind of knows things. So and then Lex coming out, a lot of people hate Lex Luthor, like Jesse Eisenberg, the actor. They think he's too comedic or he's gonna mess up the role or whatever. But I think he's gonna be awesome in it, because you need something new, not someone rehashed character. So I liked it a lot.
Well, here's an article from Polygon. This is Polygon. Jesse Eisenberg is not playing Lex Luthor in Batman vs. Superman. One of DC's villains isn't actually in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice after all. In recent tweet from a new account promoting the film, Jesse Eisenberg's character is Alexander Joseph Luthor Jr.
But
look it up. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm getting this. That's what I heard too. Refers to his father after replying to a fictional article confirming he's actually son of Lex Luthor who died in 2000. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that's what I didn't want to say I made this up,
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Well,
I don't know if if that's
Well, are they reliable?
it's Polygon. I mean, you know, they're pretty reliable. They do gaming news and everything. It's not just them, I don't think either. I think it's a couple articles.
Right.
But yeah, because they got one from even MTV.com. Yeah, I would look into that, man. Like, but that's what I heard, because I heard it from somewhere. The I think this is MTV.com. The big bad of hold on. The big bad of Batman vs Superman isn't Lex Luthor. It's Lex Luthor's son. Like, this is MTV.com. That's another one. When Jesse Eisenberg was first cast as Lex Luthor in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, fans of the comic books villains were initially skeptical. After all, his Lex Luthor is an older, balder. Yeah, that's what threw me off too. He's older and balder. Not a long-haired with startup and company from the beginning that this would be a new version of Lex we'd never seen before. Yeah, look into that. I mean, that's what I heard too. Because I've always noticed Lex Luthor was bald. He never had hair.
He goes bald in the movie though.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a picture of him already out with bald.
Anybody that does watch this podcast, and if you know anything about this, is this Lex Luthor's son or is it Lex Luthor? Because I heard it was Lex Luthor's son. You know, that's what I heard. And Daniel heard Lex Luthor, so I don't know. I'm just going by what I read. But anyways, Lex Luthor or Lex Luthor's son is still, I think he's going to do a good job. Right. So back to that one thing. So they're going back and forth. Did you like that part when Batman or Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent was going back and forth?
Yeah, I loved it a lot. And then they showed the whole. I think they showed when Bruce Wayne's talking and showed the Superman saving people, and then they showed Batman with when he someone like they picked up a guy with the brand, the bat. Like it burned inside him, whatever the symbol. So they showed like Batman's side and then the Superman side of him saving that rocket or whatever. So I really like that a lot. And then like my favorite line is when he says it's just the Gotham City in me. The way Ben Affleck says that, it's because they use like a sort of accent. Like I don't know, their voice is a little different than how their regular voice, like if Batman and Superman was. So
now, do you like the whole way they're doing Superman or Batman's voice in this with the voice changer for the actual Batman voice?
Yeah, well, I mean, we haven't heard much of it, but other than this one, the trailer, and Do You Bleed? But so far, I like it. I don't like the whole Christian Bale choking Batman voice.
You don't like that? I thought that was pretty good.
I mean, at points, but the whole time when he uses it, you know.
He was offered $50 million to continue doing Batman, and he turned that shit down. Yeah, he just don't want to be typecasted. I mean, I don't blame him. That's what happens after a while. People know you. I don't know. I think nowadays with movies is a lot different than back in the day with movies. Because back in the day, like Michael Keaton playing Batman, you know, he was afraid of being typecasted. But now how we have movies come out like so fast, like they're right to DVD, right. It's not like, it's a different way of, I think, how movies are released, which is a different way of how people have an outlook on actors. There's so many fucking movies coming out, you know, they can put movies out a lot faster nowadays than they used to be able to. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
So it's a lot different, in my opinion. I think that has an effect of people being typecasted. Like people see them as that person. Mm-hmm. Like back in the day, if you watched Married with Children, Al Bundy was Al Bundy. Nobody's seen him as nothing different. You know, it's very hard for him to get into another role. And then nowadays he is doing Modern Family. So, you know, he can do that role. But back in that time period, just people seen him as Al Bundy, and that was it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Same thing with Peggy Bundy. She's Katie Siegel. She's you wouldn't see at that time. I don't think people would have fell for Sons of Anarchy as a mother. They'd be like, oh, that's Peggy Bundy. But they, wait. That's what a lot of actors are always worried about, being typecasted. They don't want that, because once that's what happened to the dude that played Batman back in the day. What was his name? The old school Batman. Adam West. Yeah, he had a breakdown at one point. Then I think The Simpsons saved his career or something. And he did The Simpsons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anything else? What about Wonder Woman? What do you think of Wonder Woman?
Yeah, she looks great. I think the whole shot with them, the Trinity together, or the Holy Trinity with Batman and Wonder Woman. I like her shield. I don't know if you see her lasso or whatever, her rope. I'm not sure if she had it, but she looks awesome. I like the way she I'm assuming that it's weird how they edit the film. I mean, that when Batman covers with a explosion going on, I don't know if that's connected with her saving him, or I'm assuming it is. But you know how they edit movies and try to mislead you. But I don't know. I think she looks great, and I'm glad that she's finally getting her own movie. I'm glad that this is actually happening, and it's the first time we're going to see her live action on screen. So, she can't really mess it up that much. So.
Oh, okay. Now this whole thing with Doomsday, I guess Zed, that was the original guy that they used his body to create Doomsday. I never knew that's how Doomsday was created. Is that how it is in the comics, or?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's not by Zod's body.
Because Doomsday does kill Superman eventually.
Yeah. Right. I know that.
So I just didn't know he was Zed. So that's interesting. That's how the comics go, I guess.
Right.
Or how, I don't know how the movie's gonna be. Trying to think of anything else. I'm looking at the trailer right now. Anything else that happens in the trailer that was worth talking about? Yeah, they had the big reveal with Bruce Wayne. I don't know. For the most part, I liked the trailer. I thought it was pretty cool. Like I said, some people said it showed too much. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of for me, it kind of not where it ruined the movie for me, but I don't, I'm not complaining, I'm not making videos saying it ruined it for me or anything, but I kind of wish it didn't show like Star Wars, The Force Awakens trailer 2. They barely showed, they don't show major plot. Everyone, but no one knew Doomsday was going to be in there. People only speculated. But I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but I feel like it kind of was
Do you notice Batman was holding
a gun
at the end?
Yeah,
or was that a gun?
No, it's it's a non-lethal type of gun.
Oh,
so
okay. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Good trailer. If you had to rate it from a 1 to a 10, what would you think it'd be?
I'm gonna go with an 8.
With an 8? I'm gonna go with the same score you chose, an 8. I think it was a. I guess it'd be great. It was a great trailer. It wasn't amazing like a 9 or anything, but I'd say an 8. I liked it. I'm looking for that. I'm looking forward to the Suicide Squad. I like these.
Yeah. Well, the thing that
I am a big fan.
I'm a big Marvel fan. I have a Marvel wall and everything. And the Civil War trailer came out a few days ago, and I don't know. I told in my video that this trailer was way better. I'm very more hyped than Civil War. So.
Oh yeah. Did we talk about the Civil? Well, no, we talked about the Civil War, right? I think the last podcast.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think we did.
It was 2 weeks ago, but yeah.
I think we covered that one.
And then
you liked it better than the Civil War trailer.
Yeah, I liked it, and that's the thing because I'm a Marvel fanboy, and I like the Batman trailer better than this Civil War. So
Okay.
and then the X-Men
Yeah,
came out yesterday.
oh no, I didn't get to see that yet. I didn't get, but you're more than welcome to talk about it if you want. Was it pretty good or?
Oh, and I didn't like it that much. It was good towards the end, but Days of Future Past, it came out like 2 years ago, the last X-Men movie. That trailer blew me away. This trailer of Apocalypse, I mean, everyone hates on Apocalypse's look. I love his look, because it's not like his final look. Like Doomsday in the new trailer, everyone's complaining that like Doomsday, like that's not Doomsday, the look. But I think he has to get injured and like spikes come out of him and everything. It's not his final form. So Apocalypse, it looks okay. I mean, I did my reaction and I wasn't as like hyped. It was like when Fantastic Four trailer came out. It came out on my birthday earlier this year, the trailer, and I waited all day to see it. And then I realized like how sucky the trailer was, type of thing. Like you're anticipating it and it wasn't what you expected, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just about Apocalypse. I think it was an okay trailer, but Batman wins out of all the trailers for superhero.
So what's the plot going on in this whole new X-Men movie? Is it Wolverine's not the star in this one?
No, Storm's in here. All the X-Men are in here except Wolverine. It's the 80s now. It's the third entry in the First Class trilogy. Apocalypse is like the first mutant.
Okay.
So he's like he awakens every few like 100 years and he like destroys the humanity and then he like rebuilds it with mutants, type of thing.
Oh, one.
What was that?
Cyclops is in this one.
Yeah, he's young Cyclops and Jean Grey,
Okay.
and Jubilee. All of them.
Oh, so this is the one where they're like, no, they're older in this. I'm watching the trailer right now for the first time. That's what I'm just trying to.
Older and they're young.
This is the newer. Are they the? Because this looks. Unless this is a fake. Am I watching a fake trailer or a real trailer? I don't know if somebody made this. This is a fake one. But like I said, I didn't see the trailer yet, and I have a feeling I'm watching a fan-made trailer or something. But it has 4 million views, so. So basically, who's like the main people on that? Are you there, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean it's cutting out a little bit, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get to see it. I'm looking for if they had a trailer of it. Are you a big X-Men fan or?
Yeah, I am. It's like sort of like I use it like as a religion. Like I just love X-Men. Like I own all the X-Men. I love it all. I love Days of Future Past. I didn't like the third X-Men, the X-Men 3. That was like 2007 around there. But I love X-Men a lot. So I love First Class. I don't know if have you seen any like the other X-Men, the new ones?
I've seen most of all of them, except one of the Wolverine movies, I think. Didn't they make 2 Wolverine movies?
Yeah.
I think it was the second one I didn't see a Wolverine. Okay, I was watching the one trailer when I checked out. It must have been a fan-made trailer or somebody put some clips together and make it look like a trailer. This is the actual one, because that's why I was asking is Cyclops in it, because I seen Cyclops older. I was like, I don't think he's in it older. But yeah, the one I felt I think it was First Class, the one with Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I felt that was a little too long, in my opinion. It was a long movie.
Right.
But it was good for the most part. I always find the X-Men movies to be good. I thought they were getting a little carried away with Wolverine after a while. I like Wolverine, but enough's enough after a while. Do a story on somebody else, Right. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I heard that it came out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it looks pretty good. So what would you grade that trailer if you had to grade this trailer?
Wow, 6. I don't know, 7. I'll go with a 7.
7, okay.
Yeah.
This has what's her name in it from the Hunger Games. She gets her nose in everything now. What's her name?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. She's in fucking everything nowadays.
Right.
Becoming a big actor, but yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I have to say it looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not the biggest. I'm not the biggest of the. I like the older X. You know, the regular age X-Men. The kid X-Men, I could take them or leave them. But I'll probably see the movie. I'm not gonna run to the theater, but I'll definitely see it when it comes on Blu-ray.
Right.
But yeah, it looks pretty good. If I had to grade the trailer from what I just saw, I would go with about a 7. That'd be about a 7. I actually got to see Creed. I know we've talked about it before in the podcast, but I do want to say it was a very good movie, and I recommend that movie to anybody. And I'd have to give that movie a 10 if I had to score it. That was really good. I like how they didn't make it like unbelievable with Rocky in the ring again. You know, putting Rocky to box because he's getting too old. I like how they did him as like a trainer. I like both fight scenes, even the last fight I like a lot. I had a feeling though, I was just like when I was watching the movie, I told my mom, I said, "Oh, he loses," you know. And the funny thing was, I was just joking, and he did lose. He didn't win the fight, but you know, do I like it that they made it to where he lost? But you know, I think the next movie they make a Creed, he'll come back and fight that guy and maybe win. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I like Creed. I thought that was a damn good movie. I liked it. I don't want to talk about it again because we already talked about it. I just want to briefly mention I did get to see it. And it was a damn good movie. I actually been watching Empire. That's a good show, man. Did you watch Empire?
Yeah, I've seen all season 1. Are you talking about season 1?
I haven't. I'm almost at the end of season 1. Like I got two or three, I think 2 episodes left to finish season 1. Are they on season 2 now?
Yeah, it's on the mid-season break from season 2.
Okay, so they do a mid-season break?
Yeah, or they call it like a fall finale, but that's what it is.
Okay. It's a really good show. I like it. My only complaint with that show is how they do that, like, I don't know how to explain it. They do that really like cheesy music in it. Dun dun dun. You know, like when something's about to happen. Like I didn't know if they were just putting that in there just to make it like a joke, like for one episode or something. But it stuck with other episodes. I was like, oh, okay. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The effect, the sound thing.
But I like that show. I think it's cool how he has like family members that are, you know, into music, and his son's fucking nuts. Like the one son, he has to take all that medication.
Yeah, Andre.
He's like a whack job. He pretty much wants to, you know, be head of the company, but I don't know. I guess his dad don't see him as like his dad don't want to put him as head of the company because he's not talented in the way of like how he wants with music. And then the one son that's actually really talented, he don't like him because he's gay. You know, and then the other son, you know, he's kind of just immature, you know. But I so far what I've seen, I'm almost at the end of season 1. I think it's a damn good show. Some people, I have personal friends that are black, you know, that don't like the show because they don't like how African Americans are portrayed on the show. But I guess it's a huge show. You know, my buddy OD, we were talking the other night about that. But I like it. I have to give the show so far what I'm seeing, you know, for the first season of what I saw, I would give it around about a 9. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Something different. I like music. I've always liked. I hate where music has gone nowadays, like the music industry, and it shows how in that show it actually shows you how they're not making much money on fucking CDs anymore, you know. And you know, this is nothing to do with movies or nothing, but Scott Weiland died recently, and one of his interviews he did a few years back, in a lot of his interviews, he's mentioned, how the music industry just hit an all-time low to where these guys have to tour a lot. They have to keep touring and touring and touring to make any money, because the CDs, selling CDs don't do nothing with the internet. And that's why you don't see good musicians no more. Music has fucking died. Like, this music you're hearing today compared to the older stuff, nothing. Like, and the reason that is, it's fucking internet killed it. So you have to really think about it. Like, a musician today, are you going to go bother making all this music and pouring your talent out on, in an album that's not going to fucking sell and just get bootlegged?
Yeah.
So that's why you don't got people like Stone Temple Pilots anymore, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Nirvana. You don't got bands like that no more. You're lucky with, you got the guys that are out there right now are really the ones that want to just be a singer, that want to, money's not an object to them as much as it was to like these other dudes, The only people that are making money is like country. Even he said it, country albums sell. And it was kind of funny, the joke they said, like Howard Stern, because he did on a Howard Stern interview, he goes, yeah, the reason that it's only country albums selling because those rednecks don't know how to use the internet. They have to go out and buy a CD still. So, but yeah, I like that in that show Empire, how it shows how the music industry just really isn't doing that well. It kind of explains that. Any new movies that you've seen lately that you'd want to talk about, or TV shows? Oh, wait, I got one. American Horror Story. We haven't talked about this in a while. Tell me, do you like the direction this show is going?
I haven't seen it. It. I stopped about 6 weeks ago. I'm recording it, but I haven't seen. But I heard about the reveal about the Ten Commandment killer. I already know about that. So.
Well, I don't want to ruin any. I'm not going to ruin anything for you, but just the direction this show is going, I'm like, where are they going to go with this now? They've done this, they've done that. Well, this story's kind of drifted off over here. This story with the little girl went to nothing. I was like, it started off strong, and then kind of just dwindling away. I don't know if it's gonna what. And I know that it's funny. It ain't just this season. This happens all the time with American Horror Story. Around the time of the end of the season, it starts getting weird, and it starts getting kind of anything goes. Did you notice that with towards the end of each season?
Yeah, with for Freak Show and Coven, it just kind of
gets weird. It loses its momentum. It just goes. That's basically what happens. So you just stopped watching it basically because you're tired of it, or you just have other stuff to watch?
No, of course I've been recording it and all. I think I should just rather binge watch it instead of wait week after week. I should just watch it straight through when I have the chance, maybe Christmas break or something within next week.
Okay.
Binge watch it. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Plus, it kind of got boring for me after a while. But I say that sometimes, and then once I watch the show, it kind of gets me back into it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, American Horror Story. Right now, where I'm at with it, it's all right. It's watchable, but it's kind of losing momentum. I'm not going to give it a score or anything. I'll judge the whole season when it's over.
And they just renewed it.
And when you watch the whole season, we'll do a whole discussion about American Horror Story.
Right.
Any new shows you've been watching or TV shows?
I saw quite a few movies this week. I have a list I had a list. Yeah, I saw maybe over the past 2 weeks 7 or 8 movies.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, let me. I saw old movies, 80s, 90s movies. Okay, I saw for the first time ever the Rambo: First Blood. Ever?
Okay.
I saw that. And then I rewatched Daredevil back in 2003 with Ben Affleck. Do you remember that one?
The one with Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that one. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it.
I thought it was okay. I mean, I remember watching it when I was a kid, so rewatching it again like brought a lot of like nostalgia to it. I saw finally 2 days ago for the first time Goodwill Hunting. That was
Oh, okay.
fantastic movie. I love that one. I'm still gonna make reviews for it,
You
but
ever see Rounders?
which one?
You ever see a movie called Rounders?
No, Rounders.
That's another Matt Damon movie with Edward Norton. It's really awesome. You'll like that movie, I guarantee it.
Okay. All right, I gotta look that up then.
Yeah, it's about like if anybody's ever, I'm sure a lot of people watching this podcast have seen the movie Rounders, but maybe not. I don't know. It's a movie with Matt Damon, Edward Norton. Trying to think who else is in it. That's basically the two big ones. Basically, the guy's a gambler. You know, he loses all his money like in the beginning of the movie, like to this like Russian dude. And the guy eats like Oreos cookies, and he like and I don't want to give nothing. That has something to do with the. We're getting feedback, aren't we?
Feedback.
Yeah, some kind of feedback I keep hearing. I don't know where it's coming from, but oh well. Google Hangouts. But basically, he loses all his money, and he's a good poker player, and he has this friend that gets out of jail, and that's Edward Norton, and he always gets him into shit, like gets him in debt, and somehow this guy. Edward Norton's character, I can't remember his name, but he ends up getting in so much debt where the debt gets put on the other guy. And basically they have to get themselves out of debt. It's really good. And he goes up against that guy that took all his money in the first place. They get their ass kicked at one part of the movie, you know, because they're gambling with some cops, like with a bunch of police, like, and ripping the police off, like, because people don't play that lightly if you're like scamming in poker. You know, it's a good movie though. It's called Rounders. Very good movie.
Right.
What other movies have you seen or TV shows?
Well, hold on, there's like two more movies. Today it's a new movie. I saw it this morning in IMAX. In the Heart of the Sea with Chris Hemsworth, the Moby Dick movie.
How was that?
It was. I loved it a lot. A lot of people. It has like mixed reviews, but personally, I really enjoyed it a lot. It was Chris Hemsworth was awesome in there. Of course, Chris Hemsworth is Thor in Marvel movies, and it was just awesome. I mean, the whole Moby Dick and like the story of like how this guy goes to one of the survivors of the Moby Dick attack, and he's the writer of Moby Dick, and he's like, it goes back in time to when the guy telling the story was younger, and the guy who's telling the younger story, the actor is Tom Holland, who's the new Spider-Man for Marvel. So it's cool that him and Thor are in movies together. And yeah, it just goes back to when they like it lives the whole like sailor's life, like they're well hunters, and it literally like for the first 40 minutes it showed them like sailing and like doing sailor stuff and all that. And I just like I love that feeling, that pacing of it, because Ron Howard directed it, and it was just fantastic. I love the whole sailing life and everything, and you know, captain talk and all that. Like it was just fun for me because it's not like every week there's like a sailing, you know, 1850s, 1820s movie. So I enjoyed that.
Okay, so well, I guess I have the feedback. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but basically, I heard some people said it was more about the actual, you know, ship captain and stuff. That's basically what it was about. They said it wasn't so much about the whale in this one.
Yeah, Moby Dick was. Yeah, he was shown a lot. Not like a lot, but I mean, like under the water, like at certain parts, he was shown. But yeah, I mean, well, I mean, it's not like a movie where I had to complain that Moby Dick was like. I didn't really go for Moby Dick, even though that's like the main reason for the whole movie. I went to see like it's more of like a survival movie after a while, so that's what really makes it more interesting with just the humans involved. Because I mean, you know, and I'm not like spoiling, but you know, they're stranded after a while. If you've seen the trailer, they have like beards and everything, so it like leads on to more things. Like this movie has a lot of content in it, so it's I wasn't. I was impressed with Moby Dick. The graphics, the effects, the CGI was fantastic. It didn't look fake. It looked, believable as can be. And yeah, I didn't expect to be amazed by it, and I honestly recommend it to a lot of people. It's really great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you had a grade Moby, what is it called? What's this one called? Into the Sea or something?
In the Heart of the Sea.
In the Heart of the Sea. What would you grade that if you had it from a 1 to a 10?
I still haven't wrote the review yet, but I'm gonna maybe give it like an 8 point, around an 8.5 out of a 10.
Okay, okay. So you would recommend it to people?
Right, it's really good.
Okay, okay. I'm trying to think what else we could talk about. What movies are opening beside, like, what's the big holiday movie besides Star Wars? Is it right?
Yeah, holiday release.
Like, what's oh, did you see that Krampus?
Yeah, I did.
Was that garbage, or what was up with that?
Yeah, I gave it a 7.1 out of a 10. It was okay. I think it had good moments to it, but it was disappointing. Really, a very cliched movie. Krampus himself, just the way that they executed the story at the end really wasn't, fun. All the characters are really, either douchey or like they're dicks. Basically, all the characters, like, you could care less if they die. None of there's only 1 or 2 likable characters, and that's about it. Other than, like, you got like 12 characters, and all of them are really dicks. So, it's it was it was okay. It is kind of forgettable. So
it is kind of forgettable. Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't gonna be that good. I don't know. Was it any type of a comedy, or was it just a horror movie? Like,
yeah, no, it was comedy and a horror, but it wasn't like that type of comedy where they know it's a comedy movie. Like, they're not like talking the fourth or breaking the fourth wall, and like it's not like full out comedy. It's like they have comedy when it's needed, like a moment, like family wise, and then it goes to horror right away. Like, the blend is pretty good.
Okay. What's this whole thing? What about this whole new Adam Sandler movie? It's called The Ridiculous Six. What do you think of that?
I haven't seen it. I planned on seeing it either tonight or tomorrow, but I've been hearing a lot about racism and all that, sexism. They make fun of Indians in there. I've been avoiding the trailers, but I feel like it's kind of a coincidence that Quentin Tarantino is doing The Hateful Eight and they're The Ridiculous Six. So I don't know if Adam Sandler tries to copy Hateful Eight with Ridiculous Six, but it's, Adam Sandler, it's not going to be a great movie, but, I'm going to give it a try. But
are you a fan of Adam Sandler or no?
I like Adam Sandler. I like the 90s Adam Sandler. But I like Chuck and Larry and Click, all those movies when I was a kid, like when I was younger, in 2007, all that around there. But I just not been liking the past like 5 years of Adam Sandler.
Yeah, he's kind of. I have to be honest. I was a big fan of Adam Sandler. I've always liked that. I've always been called Adam Sandler. People, when I was at work one day at Walmart, I had a customer who went nuts in the store, thought I was Adam Sandler. So I've always been a fan of Adam Sandler. I've always been called Adam Sandler. I always liked Adam Sandler, but I don't like his latest stuff. It's kind of gotten really shitty. I mean, he just can't really capture his great. Like, the guy's made some fantastic movies, and he's been a part of some other fantastic movies. Like, had his hand in other good movies, like Grandma's Boys. Like, I think that's because of his productions. The guy owns his own, production studio and everything. Right. So the guy's got, he's doing well. But he just can't get to like the Happy Gilmore. My favorite movie is The Wedding Singer, like that of him. Like, I love The Wedding Singer, and he can never recapture any of them movies. That these newer movies are just like I know he's got a couple more hits in him. I know he can do it. He's just, I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's kind of fell off a little bit. Everybody has their they have their slumps, and I guess he's kind of in like a rut, and he hasn't gotten out of it. I don't know what it is. This
Right.
new one, this new movie he's got going on, the Ridiculous Six. It looked all right, you know. Now, is this gonna be like is this in a theater or
Netflix.
Netflix? Okay, that's what I thought. It was a Netflix movie. Okay.
And he has 3 other movies in development with Netflix. He has like a deal.
Netflix is getting smart with what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they got some good shit, Netflix.
Yeah.
Uh, anything else that you'd want to talk about, or do you want to talk a little bit about Star Wars? I don't know much about this new Star Wars. I'll be honest with you. I like the video games of Star Wars. Like I've said in a lot of my videos on YouTube. I just never really got into the movies. But you're more than welcome. Anything you want to talk about Star Wars, because it does come out this week, right?
Right. Well, like again, everywhere is sold out for Star Wars. Though at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like if you haven't got your tickets, you're most likely like you can't see it till maybe the week after the release. Just because everyone's going to be going. I know I had to fight, not like actually physically fight, but I was like for 2 hours near a tablet buying my tickets right when they went online 2 months ago, I think. So I had the tickets for 3 months already or something like that. So I know I'm waiting in line for Star Wars 7:30 in the morning this Thursday. Like I'm going to be there for at least a good 12 hours at the theater, just waiting to get good seats. So it's crazy out there because I know in Hollywood, people have already been camping outside the theater since the 12-day mark, and we're already at the 5-day mark. So it's dedicated fans for Star Wars, for sure.
Now, who's the villain in this one? You said it earlier before we were off air.
Kylo Ren, who is played by Adam Driver.
Okay, yeah. So that's the new villain in this one. What's his backstory? Do you know by any chance? Or
no, I've been trying to stay away from backstories.
Oh, okay.
Him and there's of course a girl stormtrooper, Captain Phasma, who's played by Gwendolyn Christie. She looks awesome. She's like a chrome stormtrooper, so she's gonna be awesome. And then, of course, you got Hans, Leia, the original cast back. So that's the main reason why people who love Star Wars are going to go see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Star Wars is a big thing. I mean, even their merchandise off of that, like my brother had a lot of the old collectibles, but he lost them over the years from the original toys. I was watching Pawn Stars the other night,
right? And
they were doing a special episode, and it's just crazy what some of that shit goes for.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts how much Star Wars brings in a lot of money. Now, is there like going to be 2 more movies out of this, I'm assuming, out of this one?
Yeah, since Disney purchased like the Star Wars name and all that, I know they've already been filming Star Wars Rogue One, so they're spin-off movies. So Rogue One's coming, which Hannibal, Mad Mikkelsen's going to be in it, the Hannibal actor. And then we got the young Han Solo movie, which is going to be in development. And then we got episode 8 and episode 9, but they're already filming episode 8 right now.
Oh, okay.
It's very crazy and advanced filming. Which you saw Hannibal.
Huh?
You saw Hannibal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be in Mad Mikkelsen, the Hannibal actor. He's going to be in the new Marvel movie, Doctor Strange. Did you hear about that? He's going to be like a Marvel villain, so that's going to be awesome.
Oh, I'm sure he'll do a good job. That guy's an amazing actor. I was really surprised when he played Hannibal because I didn't think nobody could touch Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was better than Anthony Hopkins, but he did a damn good job.
Yeah.
He was up there with him, but he did. I don't think nobody beats Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's me, but I mean, if anybody could come close to him, it was him.
Yeah.
That really does suck. They still took that show off. I was like, why are they in Hannibal? That was a good show. I guess, what's funny, they say, oh, it was too bloody and stuff like that. But look at American Horror Story. I mean, I don't understand how that's on TV, but Hannibal's too bloody. I don't get that.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I could talk more about Star Wars, but I'm not like a huge. I don't know all the. I'm not like the biggest Star Wars person to talk to. But I'm
Right.
glad you did speak what you know, like your Star Wars stuff.
Mhm.
One thing I think's dumb. What's going on with Star Wars? They're releasing that movie Sisters or something right on the day Star Wars comes out. That's is that the name of the movie Sisters?
Sisters. Yep.
Big Sisters?
No, it's just Sisters.
Sisters. Yeah, that's like it's kind of like with the gaming industry, like how they released Wonderful 101 next to Grand Theft Auto 5. It's like failure, or like they put out Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider next to Fallout 4. Just dumb. Like you don't do stuff like that. You don't put a movie up against Star Wars.
It's
Like,
suicide.
yeah, it's just retarded.
It's a January movie. They should have just moved it to January.
Yeah, I should have just got another day, or at least wait a week or 2 or 3 somewhere down. Wait a little bit. That's just like there's no reason somebody has to go up, right against Star Wars.
Yeah, and Alvin and the Chipmunks are coming out that day at Star Wars also. So.
Did you see the shout out to this and Valfer? This says Qbert turns and a woman and has a annoying nerd babies. It was all kinds of fucked up. I think he's talking about the movie Pixels. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That wasn't a good movie, was it?
For a video game, yeah, it was like just like Wreck-It Ralph was amazing, but it has amazing visuals, of course, all video, shot like to the 80s and arcade games, all that, like, so that's amazing with that. But Adam Sandler himself, and it was good, is what it is. It wasn't like great, but for sure the video games, it was very awesome with Centipede and yeah.
So what? Donkey Kong was in it.
Donkey Kong, yeah. It was awesome for video game fans. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Any other things that you'd want to talk about, or?
I just have the list of movies that are coming out this Christmas. I could just name them real quick.
Okay.
There's a lot of movies coming out Christmas, which The Big Short, of course, again with Brad Pitt, and what is it? Economic movie, The Big Short, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt, and then Point Break, the remake of Point Break, coming out Christmas Day as well. Concussion with Will Smith, where he's a doctor dealing with the football players with concussions. Daddy's Home with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. They're going at it again, that one. And then Joy with Jennifer Lawrence, which is the director of American Hustle. He's coming back with her.
Oh, okay.
So that's a lot of movies.
Yeah, I seen the trailer for the one with I think it's Joy. It's called
Joy. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. And then you got Dirty Grandpa with I don't know. I saw a trailer for that with
it's Robert De Niro, Zac Efron.
That looks all right. What was the other one I was thinking of too? The one with Mark Wahlberg when he's like a stepdad or their dad with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Daddy's Home.
That looks pretty good. Lot of good movies. What did you think? Did you see the trailer for a movie? It's a horror movie called The Little Boy or something. It's like what is it?
The Boy.
The Boy. That looks pretty good. It has Maggie from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I think that looks pretty good. If anybody like is into like a Child's Play type movie, but a little bit of a twist where their actual son was probably put into a doll. It's kind of creepy, it seems like, but Maggie from The Walking Dead's in it. And it tells, the family, they're like an old couple, and they tell her, because they're basically paying her while they leave to babysit the doll, and she thinks of it like a joke. And
Right.
so they give him like a list of rules: do not cover his face, and she throws this thing over his face, and then I guess he comes to life, or he's always been alive. They even tell her to feed the doll, and they said he gets mad if you don't feed him, if you leave him alone, and he just goes after him. It's a creepy little looking doll. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a little new twist on like a Child's Play or Adadale. How the hell the one doll from
Annabelle.
Annabelle. It's like an Annabelle type, Chucky type movie. If you're into those type of movies, The Boy, I think, right?
Boy, yep, The Boy.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. But yeah, basically, one more thing we'll talk about: Ash versus Evil Dead. What have you been thinking about that show lately? Have you been enjoying it, or like the only thing I kind of got a little disappointed with. I guess they're gonna save her from next season, maybe the girl from the Salem, the witch in Salem. What's her name?
Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless. She went into the fire, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like she hasn't really done nothing on this show. It's just she has like bits and pieces.
Well, they're obviously saving her for the finale. We're getting close to it. She'll pop up probably to tonight's episode, and I know she'll probably get close to Ash by the end of the season.
Is this going to be a show that's going to continue to a next season and next season, or is it just one season?
No, continue. It'll continue the story.
Okay. All right. What did you think of the show so far? Like the past two? I don't think we reviewed the past two episodes, have we? Or
no,
I don't think we the past two episodes, but just going by the whole season, like did you like the past two episodes and the whole past season, or?
Yeah, I've been thinking this season's been great. The last episode, the one that was last Saturday, was I think the best out of the series when they were at the diner, and when they were at the diner, and that's when that's when Ruby disappears in the fire. Then he's at the diner, and Ash has to fight that. They attack the diner, and the boy gets thrown into the fan. And he gets chopped up and all that. It was the most brutalest episode I've seen out of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Kelly was thin slicing that deadite with the ham slicer. I loved it a lot. The jokes have been amazing also, seeing Bruce Campbell try to flirt with the waitress and her husband's right there cooking. I just love the humor. I love the directing. I love that we see the evil force, with the cameras moving fast and possessing people. So it's amazing. It's like every a chunk of a Evil Dead movie every 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's like one long movie. This says, and speaking of violence on TV, go watch the only good show on CW, Supernatural. They had scenes where they just took 2 whole buckets of fake blood and splattered them on the wall. You watch Supernatural, or?
Yeah.
I watched Supernatural. I remember when it first aired, like the first episode, and I watched it that season, and I just didn't keep up with it. I really, be honest with you, I thought they were going to cut it off. I did not think that show would last as long as it did, because back at that time when that show aired, they did not take kindly to horror stuff. Like horror movies and stuff was not, like a horror show would never work half the time. Like they were so quick to take that off the air that never would stay on like it is nowadays. Like you see all these other shows like American Horror Story, Ash vs. Evil Dead. You would never see shows like this last, because people don't like back in the day, people don't like horror movies, or horror shows. Like shows like a movie like The Exorcist that won made so much money. That movie, I think it was I don't know if it was nominated for Academy Award, but they wouldn't give that Academy Award. No way in hell.
Right.
But it was, that year that movie did the best, but they don't usually take kindly to stuff like that. What did Balfour say? Balfour said something about, Balfour said, if you like Mad something, you have to watch Adam's Apples, one of my favorite movies of all time. I'll definitely check that out, man. Have you ever saw Adam's Apples?
No.
Okay, I'll check that out.
He's talking about Hannibal, the actor.
Oh, okay. I couldn't pronounce his last name. I'll check that out.
What's it
Um,
called again?
huh?
What's it called again? The movie?
Adam's Apples.
Adam's Apples.
Yeah, I never got to see that one. I've seen a lot of movies in my life, but I never got to see Adam's Apples.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has a
Uh,
few movies on Netflix if you have it. So he's an awesome actor.
okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Um, so going back to Ash vs. Evil Dead, yeah, I thought the last episode was really good with the whole what was the one was did we talk the one was that the scene was that with the one with the they got into the thing in the diner and
Yeah, the
the one
diner.
chick goes with them now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like the show a lot. Like I said, my only complaint with the show, it's only a half hour long. I wish it was an hour. But I understand if you put them all together, you got like a long movie. But I have to say I'm enjoying it so far. I like it. I'm looking forward to the season finale. It sucks it's going to be over, but you know, there's a lot of. Do you watch the show Shameless?
Shameless, no.
Shameless is a really good show. That's starting up in January. Then you got the whole OJ American Crime Story. I can't believe they're going to go on about that. But that girl from American Horror Story does look like Clark.
Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, I know all about the OJ trial. My mom watched. I had to watch that thing as a little kid, but I know all about that. I have nothing to do with OJ. And but I think the people that they are picking to play the whole OJ trial, it looks pretty good. John Travolta's in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. playing OJ. It's gonna be pretty good. And that's gonna be like I guess American Horror Story. They're gonna be doing American Crime Story, and that's gonna be that. And I guess every year will be a different one.
Right.
I didn't know they were gonna go base it on real life. Well, American Horror Story is based on some real life characters too, like that serial killer that has the hotel. He's a real serial killer in real life. Like he's America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes.
Right.
But yeah, basically, this was a good podcast. I guess we'll end it here. Thank you, Daniel Rodriguez, as always, for joining.
Yep. Always a pleasure.
Thank you guys for watching tonight. Next week, we'll have things a little bit more organized. I was actually sick this past week. I'm starting to feel better, and my teeth were killing me. So, no, okay, got all the comments. Thank you, this for watching, Balfour. I appreciate you guys, and the other 3 people watching. I don't know who you guys are. Thank you as always. Till next time.